Hello viewers and welcome back to the Elite Karting Series here for round 4 of the season at Daytona Milton Keynes. We have split 2, race 2 coming up here from the 1.3 kilometre circuit using the international layout today, of course, and we can take a look at your grid. Louis Draper is on pole position with George Braund alongside him. They were only 100ths of a second separated in that first race, so these two should have a cracking battle heading into the 12-minute contest. Lewis Jolley and Brad Whitehouse make up row 2 with Ross Sandwell and Graham Fernandez on row 3. Adam Thompson, Barney Williams, Jose Chismera and Yachi Lowe make up the rest of your top 10. Only 9/10 of a second separating the entirety of that top 10, making this a very interesting grid for sure. Lilia Scatchard is in 11th position with Adam Barras in 12th. Chrissy Harding and Andy Leister make up row 7, two drivers that will be hoping to get themselves into the top 10. Daniel Morn and Ethan Vince Adotsi are the rest of the top 16. Hugh Morrison, Chris O'Connell on row 9. Miles Harding and Troy Fraser-McGonigal will be starting at the back of the grid. So Louis Draper will be vying for promotion into split 1. He missed out narrowly last time around, but he's got good company in George Braund on the first row. We're going to ride on board with Graham Fernandez for this race start as they're held for a very long time on the grid, and it's lights out and away we go. Graham gets jumped actually into turn 1 by Ross Sandwell, who now goes down the inside of Brad Whitehouse, I believe that is, into turn 2 and gets himself up another position. Now Graham goes down the inside, careers into the side of Brad Whitehouse, but just about makes a clean move. Adam Thompson loses out to Barney Williams as well, who's flying very high in the early stages of this race after a rather disappointing race 1, but Barney back on his way here inside of race 2. Your race leader then is still Louis Draper off of the race start. However, he's under a bit of pressure from George Braund as you take a look at our drone shot. Naturally take a look at the eyes of what our pilot is seeing, the overlay staying on the screen today. So this is a little bit of behind the scenes for you, but as I said, it does reveal to us that Louis Draper has a couple of kart lengths on George Braund in second position.
Yeah, it's a bit of a send there at the inside, like you said, by Graham Fernandez going into turn number 4, and he has actually received a contact warning for that, so that will be a 1-point deduction for Graham Fernandez for that slightly overly aggressive move on Brad Whitehouse into turn 4 on lap 1 of the race. But like I say, it's Louis Draper in the lead of the race. We're on board now with Adam Thompson, who's looking all over the back of Barney Williams. Barney Williams, as he comes across the start finish line, he's up in 7th place. It's a really good drive here by Barney Williams. He's never really done much outdoors, certainly never done any two-stroke racing, so he's doing well here, up in 7th place in split number 2. But you can see running on board Graham Fernandez now, he's got a battle taking place right in front of him between Lewis Jolley and Ross Sandwell. So these guys, they are battling out for P3 in this race. George Braund and Louis Draper, they have rather checked out at the front here, so those two doing well up in the top 2. We've got Lewis Jolley now all over the back of Ross Sandwell. These two, neither are experienced really in two-stroke karts. They've got some experience around Milton Keynes, but not a great deal. So they're doing well here in 3rd and 4th. In fact, Graham Fernandez hasn't got much experience either. Now you can see Miles Harding, he was in a battle there with Hugh Morrison, as Graham Fernandez, he's now through on Lewis Jolley into P3. So good move there by Graham Fernandez, and we can just see as well, riding on board with Miles Harding, he was battling with Hugh Morrison, and then he just came across an absolute pile-up into turn 8 there. I believe that was caused by a little bit of a spin there from Ethan Vince Adotsi as he went into turn 8, lost the back end and caused a bit of a pile-up involving Chris O'Connell and Daniel Morn. Just a little bit unlucky there for them, but it has allowed the likes of Miles Harding to capitalise and get through. So Miles Harding now, as he comes across the start and finish side, he has now managed to get his way up into around about 13th position. As now Louis Draper has extended his lead in this race up to 1.2 seconds over George Braund.
Yeah, I was just about to say, this has been a really fantastic run for Louis Draper. 1.2 seconds, as you mentioned, dominating the race as Tyler Tom dominated last race by, and well, Louis booking his place so far in split 1 race 3 a little bit later on today. So as we see him whiz by our drone shot down into turn 9, we reveal that he's got an increased gap on George Braund in second position, who, by the way, as we've got 3 wide running further back in the field. That's Brad Whitehouse, Graham Fernandez, and I couldn't quite identify who was on the inside line. It's Lewis Jolley, Graham around the outside line, Brad Whitehouse just about squeezing through. Graham sending it into turn 10. He's going to be able to gain the position. That is fantastic racing for 5th position, for 4th position rather. Actually, and Graham Fernandez, he finished the last lap in 4th position, and he's going to start the next lap in 4th position as well. What a scrap.
What a battle that was. We just suddenly saw the three abreast going up the back straight. So yeah, good battle there between Graham Fernandez, Brad Whitehouse and Lewis Jolley, and this has also allowed the guys behind to catch up. So you can see riding on board with Adam Thompson, we've got a whole train of karts now in this battle for 4th place. Ross Sandwell meanwhile has managed to check out at the front of it, so he's now up into P3. But yeah, we've got Graham Fernandez leading ahead of Brad Whitehouse, Lewis Jolley, Barney Williams and Adam Barras, with then Adam Thompson running in P9 at the moment. But this is a good battle here taking place for 4th position.
So 7 minutes to go in this race, and well, that battle for 4th position continuing, albeit without Graham Fernandez for the time being, as he's flown away by a few kart lengths or so. That gives way for Brad Whitehouse to start to have a battle with Lewis Jolley. Adam Thompson's got a view of a couple of karts just ahead of him as well. He's inside of that sort of leading train is Adam Thompson, but a little bit of a ways back from actually being in proper contention. Louis Draper then 1.3 seconds at the line. When I say he's dominating this race, he's looking very comfortable in the 66 second lap times, which is very, very quick for sure. The sun has gone down a little bit, so it's slightly cooler out on the track, giving them some slightly better conditions for lapping around here, which is why the lap times are getting so low. 1.3 seconds between him and George Braund, as I said, and he just looks pretty comfortable hovering around that 1.3 seconds. And I say 66 is particularly quick. Split one guys were doing about 65s, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. In fact, they were in high 65s. So the winner of the previous race, James Tygan, only did a 65.8. So Louis Draper doing a 66.5 is doing really well here in this race. Remember, Louis Draper has never won a race in the EKS. He's been racing in the EKS since day one, since our first ever event. As we've got side-by-side action, you can see him there as they go out of shot. It's Adam Barras up the inside of Barney Williams as they just reappear back into shot. I think it is Adam Barras who's got through. He has indeed. So Adam Barras now through on Barney Williams, up into 7th position in this race. This is Adam's first time racing in the series, pretty much his first time driving in a two-stroke car, and one of his first times outdoor. He usually races at Team Sport Crawley, and he's kind of been rated by the Crawley gang. So he's doing really well here on his debut in the series. As Graham Fernandez there makes a bit of contact with Brad Whitehouse, and Brad Whitehouse did manage to make his way through on Graham Fernandez when we weren't looking, and he's now up into 4th position on Graham Fernandez, who made a bit of contact there with Brad Whitehouse heading into turn number 4, but gave him a little wave to let Brad go back through. So Brad Whitehouse now, he is up into 4th position. That's a move there by Lewis Jolley at the inside of Graham Fernandez too, so that just came out of nowhere. So Graham Fernandez going a little bit backwards here in his first time racing in the EKS. Lewis Jolley's managed to get through at turn number 7, so Lewis Jolley now through up into P5. Graham Fernandez down to P6. He's got more karts behind him too, as he's now got Adam Barras up his inside. You can see from this drone shot, so can Adam Barras get through here too? He can indeed, going into turn number 9. So Graham Fernandez, not been a great lap for him. He started his lap in P4 and he's now down to P7. Good move there by Adam Barras. Like I say, got a good exit coming out of turn number 8. Got the run on Graham up the railway straight, and he's now through and up into 6th position.
And in only his first time outdoor karting, or at least in the absolute infancy of his outdoor karting career for Adam Barras. So really, really good drive for him, up into 6th position at the moment. Adam Thompson is all over the back of Barney Williams in cars 1-2-1. This is for 8th position. And Barney, as you mentioned in the last race, one of our indoor karting championship, British indoor karting championship, that's the word I was looking for. One of the grand finalists, did very well over there. Right now holding on to Adam Thompson, actually looking forward, trying to attack the driver of that 119 card, who unfortunately I can't identify right now for you. But either way, it looks like he's going to have a good time here. In fact, he makes a mistake into turn 8. That gives Adam Thompson the run. Barney gets a bit of a straighter exit though, and is able to hold on to the position. Adam having to work in the slipstream, and look at the power of that slipstream as he looks to the inside into turn 9. Thinks against it, would have been a bit of a dive into that part of the track, but now has the better run through into turn 10. Gets a bit of oversteer on exit, but a run still as he's forced to the outside line by a defensive Barney Williams. Adam trying to swoop back to the inside line, and does. This is a fantastic scrap as Adam Thompson on the inside line. Barney Williams hold his nerve on the outside line, and Adam has to settle for 9th position at the moment.
Yeah, Adam, he backed out a little bit there going to, and personally I would have kept my foot in it, but he decided to back out of that. That's no problem with that. So that has allowed Barney to hold on to P8 for the time being. Can I just say how good a job Barney Williams is doing today? He's one of our heavyweight drivers too, so he races at 98 kilos, which is significantly heavier than pretty much everyone else at the front end of this race. Like you say, very, very, very little outdoor experience. Finished 5th in the British Indoor Karting Championship a couple of years ago in the heavyweight class. So he's an indoor driver by trade, making the adaptation to outdoors, and he's doing a cracking job here up in P8 with Adam Thompson right behind him. It was Graham Fernandez, by the way, in the karts 119 up ahead, so he's actually fallen back a little bit from these karts who had got past him a few laps ago. So Graham has settled in to P7, but as we see them coming across the start-finish line, then it is Louis Draper ahead of George Braund. Ross Sandwell is actually doing a really good job here. He's starting to catch up to George Braund here. So we see Brad Whitehouse coming past, got Lewis Jolley, we've got Adam Barras, and we've got Graham Fernandez, and we've got this battle going on. That's Adam Thompson. Yes, he got through on Barney Williams there going into the final corner. So Adam Thompson now, he's through on Barney Williams, and he is up in to 8th position in this race. A good move there by Adam Thompson. Now Barney Williams looking back at the inside, you can just see his shadow, and now you can see his karts as he's up the inside coming out of turn number 4, but Adam got the better exit. Often the case going through that hairpin there, the kart around the outside tends to get better exit speed because they don't take as tight a line. So Adam has managed to hold on then to that P8, which just got off of Barney Williams. A good battle between those two then in this battle for 8th place in this second split race of the day.
2.4 seconds between Louis Draper and George Braund then, and 2.4 is quite a sizable gap given the pace of those two drivers. They're lapping within about 4 tenths per second of each other. On the last lap it was only 2 tenths between the two of them. 66.5 plays a 66.7, so actually Louis not doing too bad at all as he goes across the line incredibly fast. 66.0, so Louis Draper right on it inside of this race, and well, it gives him 2.6 seconds heading into what will surely be the penultimate lap of this one. Behind him George Braund, 3rd place at the moment. Ross Sandwell, he'll be so frustrated. He's often in split 2 here, been the bridesmaid, not quite the bride just yet, but still a good run in 3rd, getting a good haul of championship points as well. Brad Whitehouse and Lewis Jolley are your top 5.
So, as I was saying earlier, Louis Draper has been racing in the EKS from its inaugural event, from its very get-go in 2022. So he's never won before, and this will be a really momentous occasion for Louis if he does manage to bring this home and win this race day. So we are coming towards the end of the penultimate lap. Like you say, really good drive by Louis Draper, who raced for the EKS All-Stars in the Daytona 24-hour a couple of weeks ago and did some really solid stints for Team 1. Doesn't have much two-stroke experience though. He normally races in things like the Whitehouse Pro Kart Championship and in other 4-stroke series, so he's not used to two-stroke karts. But as he comes across the start finish and then to start the final lap of the race, he has the fastest lap of the race of a 106.0, so it's a very, very competitive lap time indeed, and he is leading ahead of George Braund by 2.5 seconds.
So Louis Draper on his final lap of the race makes his way through turn 5 now. The top 3 pretty equidistant from each other, so there's not really going to be any battling between the 3 of them on this final lap. The battle that might happen is between Lewis Jolley and Brad Whitehouse. They're very close together on the final lap of this race. Through turn 7 now, Louis Draper makes his way as, well, we wait to see him re-emerge down into turn 8 for what will be, as Luke said, his first win inside of the EKS. Here he comes down the railway straight. What a drive for Louis Draper. It's just a few corners to go. 2.5 seconds between himself and George Braund. George actually caught up on the last lap, but it will be too little too late. Louis Draper waited a long time for this moment, but makes his way through turn 11 now to take the checkered flag for the first time in the EKS. Long time coming, as I said. Louis Draper is an EKS race winner, and George Braund, a very fine drive for second position, and a man who knows that his time is still to come is Ross Sandwell, finishing in 3rd. He's got a fantastic chance as we head into race 3. Louis Draper takes a victory and promotion in what is a very measured drive to the front of the field. 2.9 seconds, the victory margin, ahead of George Braund in 2nd position. Ross Sandwell, Brad Whitehouse and Lewis Jolley, the rest of your top 5. Adam Barras is in 6th position with Graham Fernandez in 7th for Carter Racing. Podium Racing's Adam Thompson is in 8th position with Vitice's Barney Williams in 9th. He's the leading heavyweight driver. Jose Kismera is in 10th position with Chrissy Harding recovering a couple of spots up to 11th for Crawley Seekers. Lilia Scatchard in 12th. Andy Laister for Odd Squad is in 13th position, second in the heavyweight class. Yachi Lowe and Miles Harding, your top 15. Hugh Moreton is in 16th position, a pretty decent driver after his disappointment in the first race. Troy Fraser-McGonigal in 17th. Ethan Vince Adotsy, Chris O'Connell and Daniel Morn, the rest of the results. Joined now by second place George Braund. Didn't quite have the pace to match Louis Draper, but no one else did, to be fair. He was very quick.
No, Louis was in a league of his own. I mean, I said to Louis at the beginning, first lap, let's just try and get away from the pack, but I didn't expect him to just bugger off into the sunset. The guy in third, I could feel one lap he was gaining, then one lap he was dropping back, so I was just trying to, I find it here, if you stay out of the toe or keep him out of the toe, it's a lot easier to just get your head down and drive, but Louis was just in a world of his own. But yeah, I'm happy with P2. Yeah, can't take a better result than that, to be honest.
Well, in the absence of Louis, hoping maybe winning the third race.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, see what I can do. But what, is Louis going up now, is he?
Gets promoted, yes.
Well, there we go, I have a bit of hope then.
Right, thank you very much, George.
Cheers,
we'll
mate.
speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Joined by Brad Whitehouse, an entertaining run to fourth in the end. Brad, that was a really good drive.
Yeah, it was alright to be fair. I got jumped by the start of Ross because he was on the inside on I think it's turn 2, and then I dropped a few places, but I had a good battle with, I think it was Cart 101 for a bit, and then after that I just managed fourth to the end of the race. But,
yeah, absolutely, and you had your hands full a little bit in that race. It was difficult to keep people behind.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult. I could see him getting, it was like around the first part of the circuit, it was closing it, and then on the straight, I think my cart was a bit quicker, and then it was just, it was pulling away. And then towards the end, he did actually get me on the inside, but he kind of squeezed me out, so he let me back pass. So I think that's the only reason I come fourth.
All right, well, thank you very much, Brad. We'll speak to you soon.